Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another Etheria restart video, and we got a big one for you tonight because we are getting our first patch notes for the inner season patch. Season 0 is over. We're going into season 1. So we have patch notes, which were posted about 8 minutes ago at the time of me recording this, and balance adjustments, which were just posted a few minutes ago. So 2 pages. We got a patch notes page and a balance adjustments page. A lot to go through here, and I haven't read through these yet. I will say, little bit of a spoiler, I did see, because like their Twitter I saw that it said 2 new animuses. So we're getting not only Lilium, which we knew about, but another one. So let's read through this. On the 30th, we're getting the patch. So 2 days from this recording, we're going to get the 200 Hydra Crystal maintenance, which is normal. We've already talked about Lilium quite a bit. We knew she was coming. Who's our other one? New SR. So a new SR Animus Sun Shadow Disorder. So I don't know anything about this character, Nell. It's a support Animus who provides both AoE vulnerable and speed up to your group. Okay, so a new SR support character. Again, we'll need to see the whole kit before we know if they're like really good or not. AoE vulnerable is a new thing. So is it like a multi-hitter that's going to be a Revelation user in like PvE? Is Revelation somewhere on this page getting nerfed? I don't know. But anyway, new SR character. I imagine she will be featured on this banner right here, the Tempest Nocturne Lilium banner. I imagine she'll just be on there, and if you pull for this, you'll probably also get the new SR, unless you just luck out on your first 10 pull or something like that and get Lilium, in which case, whatever. Okay, there's going to be a new outfit for Lilium. Great. Gameplay update. So, Grim Pursuit. Inferno difficulty now features a guaranteed mythic quality shell drop after every 5 battle victories. You're guaranteed. So, there's a pity for getting a mythic. No more 10 run all yellow Baba sheeps or whatever. Now you're guaranteed at least 1 mythic every 5. It's a small upgrade. It doesn't come anywhere close to fixing the problem with farming mythic shells. But again, we are stepping in the right direction. Keep stepping that way. That's fine. Okay, Anti-Sync Echoes. Stages 49 through 54 have been unlocked together with the addition of the Heinrich chapter storyline. So 5 new stages to Anti-Sync Echoes. Great. New Ember Trek mechanic introduced. So this is the mechanic that just rotates. Frostbite. Somebody on your team is going to get inflicted with a frost mark. After 10 turns, a snowstorm will sweep across the battlefield, and that'll be in the next round of Ember Trek. Great. And then secret stages have been added to Ember Trek. I don't know what that means. It's a secret, I guess. Let's move on. Okay, Summit Arena Season 1 opening. So on the 30th, so on patch day, the new season will be opening. Now, unfortunately for me, well, fortunately and unfortunately, I guess, I will be on vacation that day. Like I'm taking about a 5-day vacation with the wife. This is the day we're on the airplane. So, I will miss opening day of the season, but it's the 30th. I'll catch it at the end of the week. New arena loadout feature. If this is what I think it is, they fixed the game. A dedicated gear loadout system available exclusively in arena realm mode. Oh my God, they fixed the game. You can create specialized competitive builds for your animuses based on team composition without affecting your PvE builds. Let's see how this works, but oh my God, they did it. This is the main thing I've been asking for. I almost don't care what's in the rest of this. I almost just don't care because now I can farm and I can do PvP at the same time. Let's go. That's huge. It's huge. I can't overstate how big that is. Okay. Battle balance adjustments. That's on the next page and they link it. It's this page right here. We'll check that out here in a minute. Issue fixes. Battle. Okay. They're going to, do a couple bug fixes right here. I'm not going to read through all of these. I am going to see if they put anything about Revelation. Revelation's not on there. So that's the one I'm really looking to see if they're going to do something about. Yeah, those are just bug fixes, whatever. Gameplay, again, just more fixes stuff. Yeah, I don't see anything on here that's going to be like super, super important. Others, leaderboard display errors. Okay. Those all look fine. Okay. They highlighted something for me. Thank God. Thank you. Please do these highlights for me. Optimizations and adjustments. So enhanced strategy functionality, added lineup recommendations for daily high difficulty challenges with curated top tier animus setups based on aggregated player clears. So they're going to do recommended team comps and that's neat. Okay. What's this blue one? Formation feature optimization. After the update, formation, which is like formation is when you load into a fight, how it saves the 5 characters that you used for like Terramaton or something like that, will now save. Oh my God. This is W's on top of W's. Formation will now save both shell and module equipment statuses for the Animus. So when you go to Terramaton, you get to use the 5 characters you just used before with the same gear they had before. It saves it. Oh my God. The original formation quick access menu has been removed. You can now save your current team setup and equipment directly to the formation during the deployment phase of each stage. Please note that any lineup saved in the previous formation will be cleared after the update. Oh wow. So boom, like the gear sets are in the game. We're doing it. Added display for initial turn meter. This was needed. It was a little bit confusing. Improved stability, blah, 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 blah. The rest of this is probably just stuff we don't need to go through. I really want to get to the buffs and the nerfs. It removed daily donation limit and cyber shadows. Interesting. Adjusted the rewards for the last 3 diamond events in Chaku's ring to be tripled. Okay, so more rewards there. Let's see. I don't know if anything else in here is really going to be worth going through. Let's skip to the buffs and the nerfs. Because here, okay, hey, so far, halfway through this thing, W's across the board. PvP gear sets and PvE gear sets. Oh my gosh. Fixing the game. Okay. All right. Hold on. Now, let's refocus. We got to lock back in buffs and nerfs. Dear Hyperlinkers, following conclusion of the RTA season, we made several balance adjustments based on the performance of blah, 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 blah. The details are as follows. We hope that in future seasons, all of us will continue to share valuable feedback and suggestions. You know we will. The development team will carefully listen to every player's voice. Let's work together. Animus adjustments. All right. Hellkid. So first thing, Hellkid base speed increase. Huge buff. Humongous buff. Hellkid must, like, for Hellkid to be good, he needs to start a fight off and put his protective like veil on everybody. This is a 6 speed buff. He can get up to 127 at 6 stars now, and imagine that's if you max his skill that has a speed on it. Huge buff to Hellkid right off the start. And then his skill 3 as more buffs to the barrier. Grants allies Shroud Barrier equal to now 300% of their own attack, up from 240. So Hellkid, huge buff for him. Let's move on. Holden. Are they buffing Holden? You gotta be kidding me. Okay, so his skill 1 deals 3 hits of damage, each hit equal to now 125% of his own defense, and has a 25% chance of inflicting defense down. So they buff his skill 1. Dude, I don't know if they know how good Holden is. Buffing Holden seems wild. In like top end PvP, this dude pops off. So I don't know. Let's see what the rest of this stuff looks like. Maybe some other things have changed that like will make this worth happening. But execution mode, his passive, upon entering battle, he now gains 12% up from 10 counter rate and 6% for every. So they buffed his passive. He gets 2% more counter and 1% more final damage for every 500 defense. I don't think Holden needed buff, but they did. They buffed him. Wow. Okay. Next up. So that was Holden. Chloros got a buff. So his skill 3, what's it do now? Final damage permanently increases by 35% up to a maximum of 105. So the total that he could increase his damage only went up 5. Very small adjustment. But how quickly it ramps up to that, big change. It was 25 4 times to 100. Now it's 35 3 times to 105. So Chloros will ramp up much faster now. Really good buff for him. He probably did need a buff. Okay, Rahu, another character I didn't think needed a buff. His skill 1 now does 30% more damage of his own defense with an 80% chance to inflict defense down for 1 turn. His skill 3, he gives all allies defense up for 2 turns and gains 2 stacks of wrath, then deals damage to all enemies equal to now 400% of his own defense. So damage up. Rahu's damage and his ability to inflict defense down buffed. Rahu buffed. Rilmoka buffed. This one's not surprising. I think she probably did need a buff. Her skill 2, final damage now goes up by 1% for each 1 HP the target's missing. That's significant. That almost doubled from 0.6 to 1% on the final damage increase. That's really nice for her. Okay, and then her skill 3, 3 hits of now 200% damage, up from 180. The first hit was now 100% chance to stun for 1 turn, if you max it, I'm guessing. And then after attacking, it deals splash. This is making her more useful for PvP. She already, I thought, was decent for PvP if you had her really built out, and she was obviously great for Doki Doki. So what they're trying to do here is give her that, like, make her a dual role character, not just for Doki, but now, like, make her a little better in PvP. They probably did it. Okay, Fukui. Name who I cannot say. Her, oh, look at this. So the 4th, she's getting her effect changed. So her anima effect, the 4th anima effect has been changed from effect accuracy 12% to effect resist 12%. This is the first movement I've seen in this game, on this patch notes anyway, moving towards like effect resist being a thing. She's not going to provide effect resist to your team. Interesting. Okay, I think I'm reading that right. That's a little bit confusing. But anyway, okay. Obero. Okay, did they buff everything about this kit? Probably not. Bleeding. At the start of the turn, takes indirect damage equal to 100% of the player's attack. I don't know that that makes Obero good, or like it doubled it. It went from 50 up to 100. So you can stack bleeding. Maybe it's worth doing in some weird instances now. I don't know. Obero enjoyers. Bleed just got a huge buff. Okay, Gray. His skill 3, 220% damage on a crit, and deals an additional 160 up from 120. So a nice buff to Gray's skill 3 damage, which will help him in PvP. And if you're using him for like AoE clearing on Doki Doki, that'll help there too. So a really nice buff for him. Okay, Chiaki, not the Echo. Her skill 3, let's see, healing increase by 1 in 3 stack. She now gives 3 stacks of Origami Guardian for 5 turns instead of 2. So a little buff to her Origami Guardian stacking. Okay, Rin, Wild Rampage Rin. This is the tank version of Rin. So her skill 2 still does defense up for 2 turns. The shield got buffed, and then the cooldown was reduced to 3 turns. That's short. That's a good buff for her. I still don't know that too many people are going to use her. Same thing with Tsutomu here. Never see this guy, but his skill 2 hits of now 200% damage, up from 160. Okay, each hit with an 80% chance to steal 1 random buff. Okay, so buff stealing does more damage. His skill 3 got 40% more damage to a single enemy and doesn't do anything else different there. Okay, Marvel. They are undoing a nerf to Marvel. So Marvel got nerfed at the beginning of season 0. They made his skill 3 5 turn cooldown. They're taking it back to 4. Good. Marvel, that puts Marvel in about the right state, I think. He's good, and now he's just a little bit better. Great. Okay, Grim Fist Mizuki Makoto, who is actually starting to see a little bit of play in PvP. She's getting buffs. So let's see what they're doing. Base speed up by 3. That's nice. Her skill 1 is getting a 60% damage increase based off of her defense. So that's nice for her as well. Sybil is getting buffed. 3 hits of 120% damage now on her skill 2, and her skill 3 now does 4 hits of 110% damage and 10% more chance of inflicting defense down for 2 turns. A nice buff for Sybil. Number 41, increase all allies turn meter by 25% now instead of 20, so a little bit of buff to her. And then Kachi, regular Kachi, skill 3 getting buffed. This is big for him actually, because AoE stun, pretty OP, 35% up to 50%. It's going to land a lot more now. Really, really nice buff to Kachi right there. Here we go. Shell adjustments. So look, no character got nerfed. They didn't nerf a single unit in that whole section. It was all green text. Now let's look at red text. Shell adjustment. Change below. Okay. Revelation. Implemented effect. In PvP modes, Revelation will be affected by the Ethernet effect protection field, reducing damage dealt by 30%. This is great. So, okay. They did almost exactly what I asked them to do in a video. I don't actually talk to these guys, but they must watch my videos. Revelation, if you changed it completely, if you nerfed it, it would have ruined PvE for so many people. They didn't touch it in PvE. Revelation in PvE still does what it does. In PvP, it just now does 30% less damage. I don't know that that's enough of a nerf on it for PvP to make like your Kazuyo's and all that use it less, but it's something. It is a big step forward. And okay. Good. Now let's see. Golden Lion getting a buff. When the host animus uses skill 1 twice, increase the host's final damage by now 8% and effect accuracy by, this is a huge buff. Huge buff. They reduce the total number of stacks, which is fine. And actually it just ends up being about the same numbers, but it ramps up much, much faster. So take somebody like a Rahu or somebody like who's like a Rosa, who's constantly like throwing out their skill 1. It's like a follow-up attack or something like that. They will now get effect accuracy and final damage stacking fast. It still is every 2 times they use their skill. Okay, so a nice buff right there. General adjustment. All shell skills will no longer be considered skill 1. Any effects that target or interact with skill 1 will no longer apply to shell skills. What does this mean? All shell skills will no longer be considered skill 1. All shell skills will no longer... Oh, I get it. So like anything that buffed a skill 1 was previously buffing what shells did. That will no longer be the case. Okay, module adjustments. Keen Eye can no longer be triggered by damage from shells. Okay, so overall, a few confusing buffs for me. No character got nerfed. The only nerf, the literal only thing that got nerfed was PvP Revelation, and the damage got reduced by 30%. It's more survivable now. We'll see how big of an impact that has. I would have liked to have seen maybe a little bit more of a nerf to it, but as long as Kazuyo ain't one shot in my... What it does... Okay, hold on. Here's what it does. It puts more of the emphasis to do damage on the unit's damage in PvP and not just on the shell proccing. So like... You can't build an Obel with no attack and the shell is doing most of his damage. Now he needs to bring a little bit of damage, not just crit rate and effect accuracy. So it's a good change. I don't know if it'll be enough, but that's what we're going to have for season 1, it looks like. Okay, W patch notes here, guys, including a new SR character. Yeah, this is the gear sets. Huge W. Huge W. Can't wait to get into this thing. Thank y'all for watching. Let me know how you feel about it in the comments section, and I'll see you next time. Peace.